Hi, this is Justin Eugene Schultz. Birthday's 10/12/84. Social Security is 489-900-698. And they deleted one of my videos. It was like 16 minutes long or something like that. That was my last video that I made, proving my innocence, helping prove my innocence. Not only proving my innocence, but proving their guilt and proving this government scandal and this government conspiracy. And once again, proving that they watch every single video as I make it, when I make it, covering up all of their crimes. And this is a lot. This is intelligence agencies, most likely corrupted FBI, corrupted government people, corrupted government people, maybe some good government people as well. And I believe that there's a lot of good people in our government, but there's a lot of corruption in our government as well. And I know from personal experience. So my last video that I made, they turned that off. Well, not my last video, but the video, like 3 videos back, the one I was talking about corrupted FBI headquarters. And so corrupted FBI headquarters, um, I was explaining before, they turned my video off, committing obstruction of justice and conspiracy and trying to falsely and illegally arrest me and try to cover up this entire situation. So what happened, corrupted FBI headquarters called my parents' house phone, and they used a female voice because she's got a lighter tone. It's going to be very, very hard for anybody to believe that a female would take part in framing someone or covering this up. And so it's a lot. They wanted a jury to hear a female's voice. And this is corrupted FBI headquarters. And she knew what she was doing. She committed obstruction of justice and conspiracy and took part in framing me and trying to felony witness tamper with my mom as well. And so when she called, I have a picture of a screenshot of FBI headquarters calling. It was like 2021 or something like that, give or take a year. And so when she called, my mom answered the phone, and my mom said, she asked, is Justin around? I don't know what their exact conversation was, but is Justin around? And then I took the phone from her, my mom's house phone, 636-517-1102. So I began talking to her, and I verified who I am to her, and I began talking about me being framed and the corruption. And I started telling her some stuff I was wrong about, some stuff I was right about. So here's the thing, just like corrupt police and non-corrupt police have, just like corrupt federal agents have and non-corrupt federal agents have, just like prosecutors and judges have, just like anybody in law enforcement have, they have theories if a crime is being committed, right? So if a crime is being committed, they got to think, who committed the crime. They got a whole list of suspects to choose from. They got whose cell phone, whose vehicle, who was driving, where'd they come from, where'd they come after, or where they go after, who were they with, what witnesses, the whole nine, So they got to put all that together. They have all these theories. They have maybe 15 theories that they create in their mind originally, and they might be wrong about every one of those theories, and they might be right about one of them, but they might be wrong about every single one of them. Nonetheless, they create all these theories. If they came forward and told all their theories right off the get-go, all 15 theories at once, should we automatically assume that they're crazy? Should we think that they're crazy because they had 15 different theories about crimes being committed? And that's what's happened to me about I've created tons and tons and tons and tons of theories. All theories, all theories, all theories, some correct, some incorrect, but they were always truthful and honest. They were always truthful and honest. And I justified a lot to the Judiciary Committee on why I think what I think, why I thought what I thought, what theories I had, why I thought those theories, and I justify them with my my logical reasoning, and my critical logical thinking. And so, and this is a lot of information to process. The entire government couldn't even figure this out for the longest, and now I think they're starting to figure it out. But I've been filing complaints for 7 years and reporting this and documenting this, reporting this, taking videos of evidence, screenshots of evidence, the whole nine, filing complaints, voicemails for 7 years, being framed of 7.5. And so I created all these theories as well. So all I did was create theories on crimes that were being committed against me. So that doesn't necessarily make the theory true, but that's all I was doing, was creating theories. And a lot of my theories were right, and a lot of my theories are correct. And back then, I learned I didn't know everything that was going on, and the government has taken forever, ever, ever. They've got the most powerful technology in the world, the most powerful people in the world. They've got all the greatest power connections in the world. They've got everything at the tip of their hands for all the intelligence agencies, everybody. And guess what? They still couldn't figure this out. I have to file complaints every single day, all day, and document this and report this for the government to be able to figure this out, to even be able to figure this out. And they probably still don't have 100% of it all figured out. Maybe they do, but it took a lot of theories from them, and they all had theories too on what was going on, and a lot of them were incorrect. So should we automatically call them crazy and kidnap them and falsely imprison them in the mental institutions when they're 100 trillion percent sane, when they just had theories? That's all I was doing, was putting together my theories on what I thought was happening, and I have logic reasons for everything that I thought. Excellent logic reasons for everything that I thought, and they were good reasons and good logic as well for everything that I thought and everything that I think now. And now I've got it down to where I'm probably about 90%, 95% accurate on everything that's going on. Maybe 85%. I got a few things that, or is it this or is it that? You know, like is it A or B? So the things that I don't have down to 100%, I've got it narrowed down to, you know, either A or B. Well, it's either one of the two. And so should we take all police, all federal agents, all corrupt police, all corrupt federal agents, and anybody in corrupt law enforcement, non-corrupt law enforcement, and put them into mental institutions because they had theories? No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. And I shouldn't be looked at as crazy because I had theories too about crimes that were being committed. And my mind was just analyzing 24 hours a day from when I wake up to when I go to sleep every single day and every single night. And so I was sitting there analyzing everything 24 hours a day. And I don't have technology to help me. I don't have connections to help me. I don't have I'm not the most intelligent one is one of the most intelligent, most powerful people in the world. I didn't have all that. So I made best with what I have, which is my mind and my logic, which I have exponential logic. And that's what I was putting together based off all their hacking and planning of electronic devices and emails and Facebooks and social media, all of mine, and all their crimes against me 24 hours a day from when I wake up to when I go to sleep every single day and every single night. And so these corrupt scumbags framing me, they they hack and plant everything: your internet, your email, your text messages, your phone calls, your house phone, your social media, your Facebook. They can change your whole Facebook, and create a whole new Facebook, so to speak, of your Facebook, which they've done to mine, so to speak, over a period of time. And they go through they've been through my entire Facebook. They've been through my entire friends list. They know who all my friends are. The 99.9% chance my friends are being spied on. Their cell phones, their social media, their emails, their internets. It depends how many players are involved, but I imagine with military helicopters and military spy planes flying over, that I'm probably accurate that all my friends and family are being spied on. Anybody there's a witness, anybody who watches a video of evidence of on my Facebook, anything like that, they're probably all targets as well, and probably all been listened to. Their phone calls, their text messages have been gone through, their Google searches, things like that. And so anyway, so they had this corrupted special agent of FBI headquarters calling, and then when I talked to her, she says, after I started explaining to her kind of what's going on, almost instantly she says, "Can I talk to your mom again?" I'm like, my mom's not the one being framed. My mom's not the number one authority figure on all this. My mom doesn't know what's going on. She's a witness to this, but she doesn't understand all of this situation. Not even the government understood all this situation without me educating the government on this situation and explaining everything. And so not even the government with the most powerful tools, most powerful technology, most powerful connections in the world, with the most powerful, intelligent people in the world, or some of them, they couldn't even figure this all out without me. They couldn't even figure all this out with me. They watch my Facebook and watch all my videos, and 99.9% chance, which I feel is 100% accurate, but not like I'm like 99% sure that happens, as well as potential news channels from maybe even around the country, that are all on my Facebook, getting notifications anytime I post a Facebook post, anytime I comment anything or anything like that. I'm 99.9% sure a lot of the government, or some of the government maybe, is watching my Facebook 100 trillion percent. I actually know that beyond reasonable doubt. I know that beyond reasonable doubt, as well as maybe news channels and reporters, which I believe that's the truth as well, but can't confirm that. So, nonetheless, the news channels can, by the way. So, nonetheless, when I'm talking to her, why do you want to talk to my mom? I'm the one being framed. I'm the one with the information. So She wanted to talk to my mom so she could felony witness tamper with my mom, and that conversation was set up to frame me. And they used a female to do it. That way, if you would believe that it was legit, because if you, it's hard to believe that a female hearing a female's voice that sounds nice and sweet, that she would be taking part in framing somebody. She sounds like she's just trying to help, right? And that's what the corrupted does. And the corrupted FBI lives off manipulation and deception. And that was corrupted FBI headquarters. And that woman knew that I was being framed. And that woman knows that I'm being framed. And she took part in framing me. She belongs in federal prison for it. And so why would she want to talk to my mom again? Why wouldn't she want to talk to me? I'm the one being framed. It doesn't make any sense. Why would she have to talk to me and then 2 minutes later, a minute or 2 minutes later, say, "Can I talk to your mom again?" She wanted a felony witness tamper with my mom because my mom doesn't know, doesn't understand all this and doesn't get all this. And my mom and dad have been lied to by corrupt St. Louis County police, and who don't know what the hell they're talking about, who don't understand this situation. And it took even the most powerful government in the entire world, for me to help them and for me to relay a lot of this information for them to be able to identify the truth, the facts, and the honesty. And they still don't understand it all, but I think they're starting to get it, or they're very, very close. But they needed my help. They needed my help. And so this woman this woman committed obstruction of justice and conspiracy, and she knew I was being framed and covered it up and tried to felony witness tamper with my mom. She wanted to talk to my mom because my mom doesn't understand all this and doesn't get all this. And so my mom doesn't believe me about all this. And the reason being is because she's been lied to by corrupt St. Louis County police, and who have no clue what they're talking about. And so she believes corrupt police who don't understand any of this situation. And this is a true and real government scandal and government conspiracy against me and Junie One and my friends and family, and against this entire situation. And so that happened with FBI headquarters. So let's go over some of their hidden tactics and hidden capabilities. So what they'll do is they'll commit crimes against me, by via my cell phone. That's some gang stalk on my cell phone. They'll commit 4 felonies in a matter of 30 seconds to a minute, hacking, planning my cell phone. So for instance, they'll go into, let's say they go into a Google search real quick, and they're mirror screening my phone and building their illegal fabricated cases or typing everything out. And so they'll go into a Google search that I didn't go into. And then so I take a screenshot of that. And then I go into my text messages to Channel 5 and try to hurry up and report that, and document the time. Well, then they'll start punching and brush some random letters in there, and then blocking me from, that's committing obstruction of justice and conspiracy each and every time. So then they'll block me from being able to type. And then when I'm trying to type out NSO software attack in the time, they're still pressing random letters and random numbers, more NSO software attacks, committing obstruction of justice and conspiracy again for a second time, for a third time, etc. So then I got to press power down, or I got to press the power button on my phone, not hold it down to turn it off, but just press it to restart not to restart, but to go back to the screen, where your notifications are, and to open up your phone again, reopen up your phone. So then when I try to swipe up on the notifications, they'll block me from swiping up the notification screen, which allows me to get to the code, to punch a code into my cell phone to get into my phone. So then they block me from swiping up on the notification screen, trying to keep the screen closed, trying to hurry up and submit their illegal fabricated case. And then finally I swipe up, and then I get to where you punch the code in. Well, now they're pressing random numbers, when I'm trying to press my code in, blocking me from getting into my phone, still trying to submit their illegal fabricated case. Or they also increase the sensitivity of the number board. So when I'll hit, like, let's say I hit a 3, and I'm not saying a 3 is or isn't in my code, but I'm just saying, say I hit a 3. Well, then a 5 and a 6 and a 7 pop up as well. Or the 3 doesn't even pop up and a 5 pops up. And so these are all, or they'll just start pressing random numbers inside of my cell phone, my cell phone code. And these are all 3 different ways that they block me from getting into. They block others as well when they're committing crimes against people and framing people and hacking and planning their electronics, and waiting for the exact time to illegally and falsely, while they're committing crimes against said suspect, against said person, against, I'm innocent, 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 facts, facts, facts. And so they'll commit that crime. They'll commit all 3 of those crimes, all three options, from blocking people from entering their phone again and trying to hurry up and submit their illegal fabricated case after they just committed crimes on behalf of the said potential suspect, or the person that they're framing. And so then I'll go into my phone, and that normally resets or restarts their NSO software attack, or their spyware, and their software and malware attack. It normally resets that, but sometimes they can go right back into it. Sometimes not. Sometimes they're quick enough where they go right back into it. So then I go back to my text messages to hurry up and try to tell Channel 5 News and my former attorney Tim McCurdy in Texas, text messages. I'm trying to type that out, and then they NSO software attack my phone again, and then they go into voice vo- visual visual voicemail. Then they go into visual voicemail, and I don't use visual voicemail. I don't use any voicemail. And so then I got to take a screenshot of that and then they just brought up 1.0x on my phone, and I should have taken a screenshot, and that was them seeing what my screen was on. It was 1.0x. I don't even know what I know what that means. That's probably the zoom in. And they just pulled that down. Now I have to stop my video again because they just committed another felony against me, and then I have to call and report it. Then they'll disconnect the calls that I call and report. They'll disconnect the call before it says message sent. They'll prematurely end my voicemail. They're trying to falsely arrest me again. 24 hours a day they try to falsely arrest me. 24 hours a day they try to falsely arrest me. And that was another crime that they just committed against me. Another felony.